Hello, I am David Greenhall, the Vice President of the U.S. U.A.E. Business Council. I am pleased to introduce a new episode of our latest digital series, the Council Talks COP28 Specials. In this series, we speak to representatives of American companies that are championing sustainability and playing a vital role in supporting COP28 in the UAE. In this new episode, we interview Lina Andersson, who is head of corporate social responsibility at global healthcare company Viatris. Lina explains the measures Viatris is taking to advance sustainable operations and practices and minimize its environmental impact. Lina also discusses Viatris's role in combating respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, as well as antimicrobial resistant bacteria that are being worsened by climate change. Now, over to Lina.
We are committed to continue to advance sustainable operations and practices, and we work diligently to minimize our environmental impact. Areas of focus for our work include fighting climate change or climate change mitigation and adaptation, energy management, water stewardship and management, as well as air emissions. And the foundation for our work is really we have environmental targets which are globally applicable for our organization, policies, programs, and standards, right? The Science-Based Targets Initiative, they have, as per last year, they validated and approved our company-wide greenhouse gas reduction targets in Scope 1 and 2, as well as in Scope 3. As part of that, they confirm that our ambition for our Scope 1 and 2 target is in line with the 1.5 Celsius degree trajectory. And this is obviously, fundamental in our work to fight climate change. Key activities really to make progress on our goals includes increasing the share of renewable energy that we use across our operations, continuously implementing more energy efficient projects and using alternative fuels and technologies. In addition to these greenhouse gas reduction targets, we also have additional environmental objectives, which are around performing water risk assessments in areas that we have identified as at risk of water stress or extreme water stress, and then also to increase the number of sites with zero waste to landfill. Access to medicine, it's essential also to help address these needs. And that is also at the core of Viatris' mission to empower people worldwide to live healthier at every stage of life. And for us, that begins by sustainably being able to deliver high quality medicines and health solutions at scale to people across geographies and, regardless of circumstances. And we have been working to provide access at scale, leveraging our exceptionally unique, our broad portfolio, and also working in partnerships. And we believe that we have a portfolio which will help address respiratory diseases or cardiovascular diseases, which are chronic diseases being worsened by climate change. Our ability to deliver access to medicines hinges on our supply chain abilities, and we have designed a global operations and supply chain to be a reliable partner and be flexible to meet the ever-evolving demands and changing circumstances. We were proud to say that in 2022, we served approximately 1 billion patients across the world, and we sold around 80 billion doses of medicines to more than 165 countries, and that includes about 90% of the lower and lower middle-income countries. So according to the WHO, antimicrobial resistance is one of the 10 greatest public health threats facing humanity. And while misuse and overuse of antimicrobials are the main drivers for the development of drug-resistant bacteria or pathogens, climate change may also contribute to the spread of new or re-emerging pathogens, which could harbor new resistance mechanisms and further drive an increased number of hospital admissions. It is a complex problem, and in many ways it also impacts or it highlights issues that are impacting access to medicines and healthcare access more broadly. Really, similar to addressing climate change, it will require the collaboration amongst governments and civil society and private sector globally. We have about 90 antimicrobials in our portfolio, including many antibiotics that actually are relevant or valuable in treating resistant bacteria. And in addition to these, we recently also launched a treatment for multi-drug resistant tuberculosis. It was only the third new anti-TB drug in the world in the past half century. So this is another example of the work that we're doing as it relates to access to treatment to try to help the burden from AMR. Also, it requires holistic approaches, and Viatris, we are a member or a founding member of the AMR Industry Alliance, which is really, I think it's the first and the broadest industry coalition to fight antimicrobial resistance. And one of the things that we have done together with this alliance is to launch a standard for responsible antibiotic manufacturing, and we are committed to the standard, and both for our own operations and the external supply chain. And as it refers to our own operations, we're also compliant with this standard. It's the first time it's a dedicated day towards health. And we really hope that these discussions will further highlight the importance of partnerships and collaborations between the different stakeholders, so government, private sector, multilateral organizations, and civil society, so that it will be an opportunity to bridge these stakeholders where each of us can bring our different areas of expertise and experiences. We hope that COP28 will spur the energy and commitment by driving multi-sectorial collaboration, and also it will be pivoting sort of the role of the private sector as a partner in collective mobilization and in delivering the mitigation and adaptation measures that are needed to create the sustainable delivery of high quality medicines and health solutions.